I can do a headstand, but I can't get into it here.
Hey, good morning, everyone. So we were back on trail here. I got kind of a late start, ended up hanging out at the hotel for a little longer than expected, but it was good. We were able to get showers and laundry, some food, and a resupply. Today we're only gonna go 10 miles. It's a lot of uphill, but we are gonna be at a fire town. It's supposed to have a really awesome view, so it's really great. It should be a very cool evening, very chill day, which I'm all for right now. My foot's been giving me a little bit of trouble, so be good to kind of take it an easy day. But yeah, the hotel was really cool that we stayed at. It was called the Catamount. I'd highly recommend it when you come through town. And the reason for that is the owner is super hiker friendly. They even had some trail angels there that were hanging out and cooked us some dinner, some chicken and hot dogs. It's really kind of them. And yeah, they did laundry for us, and it's just a really, really cool experience. The rooms were very clean, and it was very, very cheap, to be honest with you. We haven't had these prices for motels since early on in Georgia in the South, because the North can become very, very expensive when you're hiking through places like Connecticut, New York, and whatnot. So it was nice to have just a quick day in and out. All right, I just filled up my water at the shelter, and I'm hiking up to Glastonbury Mountain. Should be the fire tower up there, and some awesome views. We're going to camp and eat dinner.
On your way down, if it's still there, you really see them the way the light's hitting.
Just swarm of bugs?
Yeah, like tiny little gnats.
Hey, good morning, everyone. So last night was very, very cool night. It was actually cold, but it was also really fun. We stayed up at the fire tower, and a couple of folks actually stayed up in the fire tower. I just tented nearby, but it was beautiful sunset and another beautiful sunrise. I was very, very glad that we stayed there, and we got there early enough that we got to kind of chill out for a while. That's the thing I miss so much. A lot of times we're hiking all day, every day. We get into camp with barely any time for the sun to set, for us to be able to put our stuff up before the sun sets. And so it's just rushing around. You're not just hanging out with people and enjoying your time out here. So definitely needed that time, to few hours just to kind of hang out and enjoy the beautiful sight, and really take it all in, Today we've got a big day ahead of us. We are going to be going over Mount Stratton, which is going to be a big climb, but it's at mile like 16 of the day. So, we either stop really short or we just take the climb at the end of the day, which is going to be a little frustrating, but that's all right. Some of us are talking about doing like 23, 24 today to keep going to the next shelter. We'll see. I think at mile 19 we'll be up and over the mountain, so we'll be able to kind of relax, and we do have the option of camping at like mile 19, but we'll see how we feel. I feel great today. Doing the low miles yesterday allowed my foot to kind of heal up a bit, took some pressure off of it, and so feel great. Legs feel good today. We'll see how far I can get though. All right, well, it's getting dark now, so I guess I'll do my little outro for the evening, a little summary and recap. So we did about 19 miles today. It was a really great day. The weather was wonderful. Legs felt great. Energy was high. I been eating a ton lately, which is awesome that I got my hiker hunger back after having Noro so many miles ago. But yeah, we should be showing up to the shelter. The shelter that we're going to tonight is owned by the Green Mountain Club, and so they do require a $5 fee to camp at the shelter, but that also allows me into all the other shelters for the rest of my time in Vermont. But yeah, so it should be a not pretty decent shelter. At least it's near a pond, so it should have a nice view of sunset at least, if I actually get there in time. But yeah, overall great day. Been loving the trail here the past few days. It's a little cold, but hey, what can you do about it? I guess it's better than being too hot. So, all right, now it is starting to rain on me. All right, till tomorrow. Hey, good morning. So last night we got into the shelter maybe about 7 o'clock, so we had some time to make dinner, and it was raining when I got there, and it actually rained quite a bit throughout the night. So we ended up actually sleeping in the shelter, the Stratton Pond shelter, which I don't do often, but if it rains, might as well. That would keep your gear dry and not have to deal with condensation and whatnot. So glad I did. Didn't sleep the greatest, but that's all right. But today we've got about 10 miles to get into town, which we're probably just gonna run in and do a resupply. It's supposed to rain this afternoon though, so if it does rain, we might hang out somewhere, go grab some lunch or something. But the idea is to hopefully go 10 miles into town, resupply, get back on trail and do a few more miles before setting up camp. My throat is a little scratchy though today, which makes me a little nervous. Definitely having a little bit of congestion and a scratchy throat, sore throat. So hopefully it's just from the weather changing, the humidity and all that, and not that I'm getting sick. So we shall see what happens with that. Other than the scratchy throat and kind of the congestion, I feel fine. So it's all kind of just in my throat and head. But yeah, obviously it could get worse. Hoping not, because I think after this town that we resupply, we are going to get into Rutland, I think in like 3.5 days, maybe 4 days. I think it's like 60 miles. So I will be on trail for a few days. If I am sick, won't be fun. So yeah, well, let's get after it. All right, just got back on trail. Gonna be going about 2 miles and then finding a shelter and calling it a night. We were able to run and do some errands in town, got some nice lunch, and we're able to resupply. We have about 50 miles to go until we get to Rutland, which we packed about 3.5 days of food to get there. We're hoping, somewhere around 15 to 20 miles each day is what we imagine would go to get there. So yeah, definitely full pack or a heavy pack right now. Could be worse though, but all right. Well, hope that tomorrow is another great day. Seems like it's gonna rain all night tonight, unfortunately, and hopefully there's room in the shelter. Otherwise, I guess I'm going to be tent camping, which I may want to do anyway, just get a better night's sleep. Sometimes with the other folks, people can snore, make some noise, they toss and turn, so sometimes the tent is the way to go. So, all right. All right, so I'm hanging out in my tent right now. It's about 9:45, and it's been raining all morning, and I'm a little bit sick too, so just sore, scratchy throat, some congestion and whatnot, but I just don't want to be hiking right now. Everyone's still at the shelter, a little ways away from here, and they're hanging out waiting the storm to end as well. But I think the plan was to do like 18, 19 miles. I don't know if I'll be able to do that, to be honest with you. It's going to be pretty tough. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But all right. Hey, good morning, everyone. So getting back on trail here today. I don't feel great. Been sick. Yesterday morning, woke up in my tent at the shelter, and it had been raining all morning, so kind of stayed in bed, but I had been coming down with something over the past few days, mostly just sinuses and kind of just all up in my head, a little bit of a headache, sinus and congestion and whatnot. But yesterday just felt like crap, and so I ended up staying at the shelter doing an actual trail zero, something I have not done before. And now I'm gonna try to get back on trail today, see how that works out. It's pretty exhausting already. It's gonna be a lot of uphill, unfortunately. And I don't feel great. So yeah, I think I'm gonna try to go for only 15 miles. I do 15 today and 15 tomorrow. I can get into Rutland from sort of an earlier road. It's not really the main road, but I will cross a road that I can get into town from. So I might consider doing that, but we'll see. As you can tell, I'm exhausted. Just not feeling good. All right, we're atop the mountain at the ski lodge. I think right now the plan is going to be to make it the 15 miles tonight, do another 15 tomorrow, and take the road crossing into Rutland. Once I'm in Rutland, I'm gonna see, so there's basically two road crossings. One, there's an earlier road crossing and a later road crossing, more the official road crossing, I should say. They're about 18 miles apart, so I'm thinking I could slack pack that section. That way I get 2 nights in town, sleeping in a bed, and obviously that 18 miles will be a lot easier when I'm not carrying a full pack. Hey, good morning everyone. So last night I ended up stopping about 1.5 miles short of the shelter that I intended to stop. And the main reason for that, there was another shelter just before, and as soon as I got to the shelter, it started pouring down rain. And so I decided that was probably my sign. I should stop for the day. I fell asleep by like 6 p.m. I mean, the sun was still out. I had dinner real quick and I was out like a light. I slept for like 12 hours though, but I ended up waking up at about 6 in the morning and I feel much, much better. So that's the good news. Definitely still a little sick, some congestion and whatnot, but body-wise and just overall how I feel, I had a little bit of a temperature I felt like yesterday, and today I feel fine. It was nice because no one else was at the shelter, so I was able to kind of isolate by myself. And I was be sure to stay away from folks, you know, with COVID and everything. I don't think it's COVID, but I will get tested for it once I go into town, just to make sure, to isolate myself. So it's definitely been getting chilly at night. I'm glad that I still have my 20-degree bag. It was actually a little wet from the rain the other night though still, so it's kind of chilly last night, trying to sleep. Mostly my legs. I think I need to get some leggings again. I had sent those home. But yeah, I've heard that once we get into the whites and a little bit further north, it's gonna get pretty cold. So we'll see. So I just stopped by a shelter, was chatting with the folks there for a bit, and everyone there was sniffling and coughing, and there must be something going on, going around here, some little bug. I think it's probably just a little cold that it did get, the weather changed, and I think it kind of messed everyone up, their sinuses and whatnot, but yeah, definitely something going around here. All right, so I got about 4 more miles left today. Mostly all downhill, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm completely beat today. I'm exhausted, and I can tell it's from definitely still a little bit of a fever and being sick. The uphill that I just climbed nearly killed me. I mean, I really thought I was gonna pass out. I gotta take maybe tomorrow off and relax. I'm definitely gonna get off here at the next upcoming exit. There is a 4,000 foot peak coming up tomorrow that there is no way, no chance I'm gonna be able to get up. So don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to relax, chill for at least a day or two. We'll see. Maybe in the morning I'll be feeling better, but do not go hiking while you're sick. This thing with through hiking, a lot of times you don't really have that much of a choice. But, I'm so exhausted. Hey, good morning. So, just got dropped off at trail. So yesterday I ended up zeroing at the Yellow Deli. Folks there are very kind. It's a very nice setup, very clean hostel. They give you breakfast, and on Saturdays they'll even give you a free dinner. So today I'm gonna be hiking up over Killington Peak, which is gonna be a big old climb, but it's supposed to be really pretty. Problem is that it's gonna be raining later this afternoon, so I kind of want to get up and over before that happens so I can get some decent views. And that's why I am slackpacking today. So don't have much gear in my pack. And once I get up and over, it's going to be about 18 and a half miles. There's a bus that can take me back into town. So yeah, that's the plan for today. Let's get after it. So while I was at the Yellow Deli, there was a weight scale that was there, and so I checked my weight, and I'm really hoping that it's wrong because it's saying that I'm basically around 170 pounds now, which means I would have lost 60 pounds in total. I started the trail at 2:30, and I will say I've been editing some videos from earlier on, and looking at my face in those earlier videos compared to now, I notice a massive, massive difference. I might try to put a little overlay for y'all here so you can kind of see the difference between the thinness of my face now and what it was just a couple months ago. Check it out. That's Mount Killington. Way up there. That's where I'm heading. Check it out. 500 miles left to Katahdin. On this week's episode of things that look like blueberries that are definitely not blueberries. All right, so this is the Blue Blaze Trail up to Killington Peak. It is very, very steep. Definitely a bit of a scramble here. This is the summit of Killington. It's absolutely gorgeous. Wow.
But yeah, there was like a lot of folks there, and obviously like everyone.
Oh, what up?